Okay, here's cold startup. The car's been sitting for, I don't know, about a week to 10 days, something along those lines. Okay, remember, the key's underneath the dash. Always choke it pretty good, starting it up. See how it bounces around pretty good because those engine mounts and the horns are terrible bottle over there. You know, so cold starts, you know, definitely like to get it warmed up before I fire it up, before we really take it out. Really responds well to the choke. You know, you just adjust it depending on how cold it is and how long it's been sitting. You know, after it's been, you know, after the temp needle moves a bit, generally I push the choke in and really no issues. Idle's fine. Little red light doesn't turn on. Only in like really hot traffic or stop and go traffic downtown does the red light ever start to kind of turn on and the like. As you can see, the motor settles down at idle, but it's still bouncing around. Those mounts definitely need to be replaced. Of course, you've got this bottle here. I don't believe the Tr4 even had a bottle. I think it was just a tube. Somebody obviously put that in. Horns aren't original, they look terrible and they bounce around, but the relay to the horn actually does function. See that one hanging wire? Need to hook that up to get the horns functioning. You can see the brake, the clutch, master cylinders. You can see some paint damage right along in here. It's about the only real paint damage underneath in the engine bay here. A little less choke. See how it really settles into a nice even idle. It's still got a real slight choke right now, but you know, once it really evens out, choke goes in. I never have the choke pulled when I'm actually driving the car. You see the oil pressure? See how the temp gauge is starting to move? Yeah, it really settles in when it's idling. Basically, at this point, I just kind of wait for the temp gauge to move a little bit more, just so it's nice and comfortable when I'm firing it up. If you're going a little too soon, where the temp is a little lower, you know, it's fine. If it's a little cold, you know, it kind of complains a bit, and then you pull the choke just a touch back out. Bring it back out just a touch. See how well the choke works though? I mean, the choke is just a very nice positive action. I mean, that's got to be the way that feels like from the factory, you know? I mean, that choke is just awesome. Again, Stromberg carburetor, so the choke is not a wire choke. I believe it's a wire choke in the SU carbs. As you can see, it settles into a nice even idle. And, you know, once it's fully warm, no issues with the idle. Okay, and that's a cold start.